Hey everybody, it's Dr. Joe, and today I'm going to show you ways to relieve neck and shoulder pain. So let's get started.
Disclaimer alert, disclaimer alert.
So one of the first things that I like to do to help relieve neck and shoulder pain is one of my favorite exercises. It's kind of a mix between an exercise and a stretch, and it's called a chin tuck. So chin tucks are one of my favorites because it helps fix your posture, because if you've been working on the computer and your head is going forward, a lot of times that will cause neck and shoulder pain. So a chin tuck is pretty simple, but sometimes it's hard to kind of get the correct movement in the beginning. So these should never hurt, you should never force it, but just starting off gently. It's not tucking down, but it's actually tucking your chin back and in. So what I like to do is a lot of times just start with placing my finger on my chin just to give myself a target, because sometimes if you have a target, it's a lot easier to get it correctly done. So just kind of placing my finger on my chin and then moving my chin away from my finger. So keeping my chin in that neutral position, so I'm not coming down, I'm not coming up, those are kind of different movements, but just bringing my head completely back. Hold it for about 3 to 5 seconds and then relax. And so a lot of times you might then have a little bit of space in between. I know while I was talking, my finger was moving a little bit, but that's resetting those muscles, and that really helps relieve that pain a lot. So you can just do a 3 to 5 second hold, 5 of those at a time, just to really get things nice and loosened up and get those muscles working a little bit. Another one of my favorites is an upper trap stretch. So these big muscles up here that go all the way up in the neck, come all the way down into the shoulder, can get really tight, and that can cause some pain as well. So you can do this stretch a couple different ways. I usually just like to sit on my hand. So if it was the pain on this side, I'm sitting on my hand on this side, bringing the other hand up and over where I'm kind of just gently touching the ear on this side, and then just pulling over until I feel a nice gentle stretch. So I'm still keeping my head in this plane. I'm not turning up or down, which you can, but that's kind of a different stretch. And then just gently pulling over. I'm feeling that all the way up in here, all the way down into the shoulder. So this is going to be a full stretch where you hold it for 30 seconds. Even if you're just having pain on one side, I would always say switch sides and then stretch over the other way. And you can do that 3 times on each side. If sitting on your hand is a little uncomfortable, you can place it behind your back, or you can just rest it to the side. But if you sit on it or put it behind your back, that kind of keeps that shoulder down, and you're going to get a much better stretch with it. Another great way to relieve shoulder and neck pain is to use a heating pad. Comfytemp sent their neck and shoulder weighted heating pad. Heating pads are great because the heat helps loosen up the muscles, it helps lengthen those muscles, and a lot of times when you're having pain, it's because of tight muscles. And so heating pads are great to help loosen those up. You can use a heating pad before you start your stretches and exercises to kind of loosen everything up, or you can use it afterwards if you're still a little tight and uncomfortable, or just throughout the day. So Comfytemp's weighted heating pad is really neat because the weighted part, they use micro glass beads, and they're kind of dispersed throughout the whole heating pad. And then there's this neck portion as well, because as you know, a lot of times when you have neck pain or when you have shoulder pain, it's both related. So you might have neck and shoulder pain because those muscles all the way up into the neck go down into the shoulder, and vice versa. So this one, you just kind of bring it around and it sits on your shoulder. This is nice because it actually has a snap, so it stays in place. It has 9 different heating settings, so you can go from low to all the way up to the 9, which is the warmest one. It also has 11 different auto shut-off times, or it has a stay-on mode where you can hold and press the button and just keep it on as long as you want to. And then, so I like that button because then it just stays on nicely, maybe while you're working at your computer or watching TV. They also have an extra large weighted heating blanket as well. So if you want to use it on different parts of your body, like your back or your legs. If you're interested in purchasing either one of these, you can click on the link up there. So the next stretch is going to be another one of my favorites, just for the neck and shoulder, because it's getting that muscle that a lot of times causes problems, which is the Levator Scapulae stretch. And that's the one that goes all the way up into that cervical spine or that neck and goes down to the shoulder blade. And so a lot of times when we get overstressed, we bring those shoulders up. Or if we're working on the computer a lot and then kind of hunch over, that muscle gets really tired and irritated, and so that can cause a lot of pain. So with this one, the side you want to stretch, you're going to bring your arm up like this, bringing your elbow towards the ceiling. Now I know this is a little bit tough for some people to do, especially if you're having some pain, so you can also bring it down back here. But this is the way I learned, this is the way I like it. Then you're going to take your other hand and bring it up, I always say almost like a helmet. You're going to turn your head to about a 45-degree angle. So it's not going to be in the front, it's not going to be all the way over, almost kind of like you're looking down at your opposite knee. So you're bringing your head up and over, and you're just going to kind of pull downwards, almost like you're trying to tuck that nose into your armpit. And so getting that nice stretch, I'm feeling that all the way up here, all the way through down there. Again, if this is just a little bit uncomfortable for you or hard to bring that arm up, you can put it down behind your back. This is also one that is a 30-second hold, and then you're going to do that 3 times on each side. But again, if this is uncomfortable, both of those, then you can just set your hand down. Then I'm bringing my hand up over and then pulling down this way. So I'm still getting a good stretch right there, but it's going to be a little bit better if I add that arm, because that's just going to keep that shoulder blade down to get that extra stretch. So then the next one is actually going to be an exercise. A lot of times people think of more when they have pain, they want to do stretches, but exercises help as well. So this is a super simple one. It's just called a shoulder squeeze or a scapular squeeze. The key to this one is to try and keep those shoulders down. A lot of times when people want to do the squeeze, they kind of come up, bring those shoulders to their ears, but you want to keep everything down. Imagine that someone's got their hand just gently placed on the spine of your back. And what you want to try and do is take those shoulder blades and squeeze them inwards, almost like you're trying to squeeze into their hand. So just kind of coming back and squeezing. You can use your elbows as a guide. So I'm just coming back like this, but you're not moving with your elbows. You're actually using those muscles to squeeze back. So you don't have to use the elbows. I'm getting that nice squeeze in there. But a lot of times if you haven't done this before, using the elbows really kind of helps as a guide. But again, make sure you're using those muscles. So I'm coming back, I'm squeezing. I'm just going to hold for 3 to 5 seconds and then relax. So maybe 5 to 10 to start off with these. And this again really helps kind of relieve that pain in there, because when you start working those muscles, it helps everything relax. So there you have it. Those were ways to relieve neck and shoulder pain. If you're interested in purchasing any of the Comfytemp weighted heating pads, then click on the link up there. And remember, be safe, have fun, and I hope you feel better soon.